All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mayor Billy Knight. It's time for our Mississippi Chat. You know, I try to do something different to keep you all aware of what we're doing. And we're doing a lot of things in Moss Point, and we want to try to keep you informed with a lot of fun things that we're doing, because we're trying to develop what I call that economic development profile downtown Moss Point. You know, what that is that we're trying to show developers that we have about 5 or 6 major events every year downtown that always brings over 1,000 people, 500 to 3,000 people, 7,000 people at some time. And if you have that many people and you tell a developer that, then they want to be downtown because they know that foot traffic is there. And if they got that kind of traffic, then there's a great opportunity to leave people come into their business. So we had one this year that was different. We had not had it before. And I got a friend of mine here, Joshua Borden, who's also president of the Moss Point Main Street Association. But this event was strictly something that Josh came up with the idea. And Josh, tell me, how did you come up with that, Josh?
Yeah, so with Smokin The Sip, it was an event, a spinoff of an event that was already existing within the Moss Point Main Street Association, Grill in River City. That event hadn't happened in about 2 years, but it was one of my favorite events that Moss Point Main Street Association put on. It was a profitable event for the organization, and it was something that the community looked forward to. So going forward, I looked at what Mississippi had that we could celebrate. We're the birthplace of America's music. We lie on the Mississippi Blues Trail, and we're the hospitality state. So with those three things, I saw that other states were having barbecue competitions that were major events, but I didn't see one specifically that was here in Mississippi, much less on the coast. And so with those contributing factors, we got together and we created Smokin The Sip.
So you had sponsors?
Oh yeah, so with this event, it was something that we definitely couldn't do without the community's help and support. So with this event, we were able to accumulate over 30 sponsors in less than 2 months. And that showed us that the community was definitely backing this engagement.
You think they'd be willing to do it annually?
Oh, once we did this event, the sponsors came and they said this is something they want to grow as we grew with. And ones that may have told us not this year, this time, they definitely said we want to be on board next year. And the ones that we already were able to solidify, they definitely want to be on board next year. So it's something that I'm looking forward to getting started again.
Well, Josh, you know, I did a short video afterward thanking everybody, and a couple of things I didn't quite get right that we need to get right here today. First of all, we had a local winner, because I said the winner was from Houston, Texas. But we had a local winner, right?
Yes, sir. So we did, the Houston, Texas team did take away 3 trophies.
Oh, okay. That wasn't too far.
Yeah, and that was our furthest team away. But that grand champion, it stayed right here in Moss Point, Mississippi. That was River City Barbecue. And so we're happy to keep that beautiful trophy that was sponsored by Hog Addiction and B&B Charcoal, 2 major contributors in the barbecue world. They brought that trophy and they kept it right here in Moss Point, Mississippi.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I had an opportunity to correct that, because, you know, I certainly don't want to take anything away from any winner, but especially when they're winners from Moss Point.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so Josh, where all did the participants come from?
Yeah, so as far as participants, our furthest team away was from Houston, Texas. We also had Vicksburg. We had some that came from Louisiana. We had some from Alabama area and everywhere in between. But then also our attendees. Our attendees is really what made me pretty happy. We had people come from, well, I personally had friends that flew in from Vancouver, Canada, Toronto, Canada, Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas again, Dallas, Texas, and we had a big time barbecue named Big Mo. He came in from Des Moines, Iowa. And so for us to be able to pull in big time barbecue contributors and people to be staying here, and they stayed here from Thursday to Monday. And so a lot of times when you're looking at Mississippi coast tourism, they want heads and beds when they know that they can support an event. So we had heads and beds from other countries and other states for 5 days. And they spent their money here in Moss Point on Main Street, and they love places like Sugar Beans, River City Cafe, and Tootsie on the River. So they spent their money here and they had a good time here while they did it.
Well, that's what it's all about. And Josh is also president of the Moss Point Area Council, which is part of the Chamber of Commerce. And that's why he's so into this economic development kind of concept. And of course, you know, Main Street main purpose is to bring businesses downtown. And that's what that was. You have any idea how many people?
Not just yet. We meet again on Wednesday, but I know that just off of sponsors alone, we gave, in exchange for sponsorship, we gave over 200 tickets to our sponsors alone. So I know for a fact we probably
had 30 sponsors.
We had over 30 sponsors.
And they had 200 tickets apiece. They gave all those out. You know, you can figure that out.
Yeah, so I'd say we probably had somewhere over the couple thousand mark. And this was competing. We unintentionally did this, but we were competing with so many other festivals that weekend. And so now we're making it to where we don't compete with those other festivals because we want as much as the Gulf Coast to come out to these events as possible.
Yeah, especially when it's you know, I was talking about this today with the city clerk about Pascagoula in particular. You know, we don't really want to be in competition with them because we want to share. You know, people want to this close. They want to support each other. They want to be sharing these events. So yeah, I know next year you'll look at that calendar to see how best we can plan this, because we want the people in Pascagoula to support us, and we want to support, you know, what they're doing.
That's correct. So today I reached out to the executive director of the Ocean Springs Chamber and Main Street, and then yesterday I reached out to the executive director of Pascagoula's, and we're going to keep on doing that so we can collaborate, because they themselves want to come to our events. Absolutely. They told us that even though they weren't able to be there, they heard the fireworks show from downtown Pascagoula or from wherever they were. So they want to be there, and we want to be there to support them too. So we're going to look and see how we can collaborate the best we can.
Well, Josh, let me just thank you, man, for being willing to give of your time and to plan and organize things like that, man, because I know how much time it takes to do those kind of things. So you invested a lot of time, and it was well planned, it was well thought out. The firecracker show, everybody's still talking about that. I mean, it was only 7 minutes, but it was 7 impact minutes.
Yes, indeed.
That happened for 7 minutes. I mean, beautiful firecrackers, and we know we need to try to keep that group in mind. So, you know, we can afford it to get them back here again for 4th of July, for Christmas, you know, those kind of things.
And throughout all of those hours, we had Friday and Saturday long days. Some of the teams stayed on Thursday, camped out here. But throughout all of it, our security team emailed me the next day and said that they were delighted with how everything worked out, and there were 0 incidents to report. And so they were really happy about that. And I think that's something as a city as a whole we should be happy about too.
Yeah, well, the community ought to know too how much, you know, Josh in particular gave particular attention to the security part of it, because we want to always make sure that we got enough security to make sure nobody, you know, get hurt and everything's safe. And so I do appreciate you giving a lot of thought to that to make sure that happened.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So Josh, thank you so much for all you did, man. And so sit down your fair.
Yes, sir. We'll be looking.
It just may not be the first weekend of October.
We'll be changing the weekend, but we're definitely doing it again every year.
Yeah. So I'm happy to know those sponsors are willing to stick with you, and that list gonna grow probably.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I want to thank all the sponsors that helped us, and all the volunteers, because you had volunteers there too, right?
Tons of volunteers that gave of themselves. We had volunteers come over 6 hours just to work.
Yeah.
No pay, just to work, and they were happy to do it.
Yeah. Josh, thank you for all your work, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you for all you do for Moss Point, man.
Yes,
I appreciate you. Have a good day.